Imagine a son, now an adult, still seeking his mother's approval before making decisions. Despite his best efforts to assert his independence, an invisible force pulls him back into submission. This is the reality for many sons raised by dominant mothers. While these mothers may have the best intentions, their control often comes at a significant cost, one that impacts their son's confidence, independence, and overall well-being. So, why does this happen? And more importantly, how can these sons break free from the cycle and reclaim their autonomy? A dominant mother's influence is deeply rooted in early childhood experiences. From the moment a child is born, the bond with their mother shapes their self-worth and ability to navigate the world. But when this bond turns overbearing, it can limit a son's emotional growth. Dominant mothers often feel compelled to make every decision for their sons, believing they are protecting them. However, this control stifles their ability to develop independence. The more a mother controls, the less space there is for the son to make decisions, leading to feelings of inadequacy and an inability to navigate life on his own. This overbearing control often stems from fear of losing control, fear of the child growing independent, or even fear of abandonment. For many dominant mothers, their need to control their son's decisions becomes a coping mechanism. By keeping him reliant on her, they can alleviate their own fears of inadequacy. Yet, in doing so, they unknowingly create a dependency that traps their son in a cycle of submission. Over time, this dynamic becomes difficult to break, leaving the son feeling helpless and powerless, unable to make decisions without seeking his mother's approval. As the son grows older, the psychological toll becomes apparent. Confidence begins to erode, replaced by self-doubt. When a son's decisions are constantly scrutinized and judged, it fosters a deep-seated fear of rejection. He begins to believe that his worth is tied to how well he meets his mother's expectations, leading to an inability to assert himself or take risks. This fear of disapproval can stifle his ability to pursue personal goals, build meaningful relationships, or take leadership roles in both his personal and professional life. In relationships, the impact is even more profound. A son who is accustomed to deferring to his mother may struggle to navigate romantic partnerships. The patterns of submission he learned at home carry over, leaving him either overly submissive or overly dependent on his partner's validation. This dynamic leads to frustration, resentment, and an inability to establish healthy boundaries, creating a strain on all relationships. Breaking free from this cycle is possible, but it requires intentional effort and self-awareness. The first step is acknowledging the pattern. Sons must recognize that their difficulty in making decisions and their over-reliance on their mother's approval are rooted in their upbringing. Understanding this allows them to begin addressing the issue and taking steps toward independence. One of the most important steps in this process is setting boundaries. Sons must communicate clearly with their mothers that they are adults and capable of making their own decisions. This might feel uncomfortable at first, but it's essential for breaking the cycle of dependence. Setting boundaries also means learning to say no and asserting one's own needs, even if it feels awkward or unnatural. Building self-confidence is also crucial. Sons need to start making decisions on their own, small choices at first, and gradually working up to more significant ones. With each decision, they begin to build self-efficacy, proving to themselves that they are capable of navigating life independently. Celebrating these small victories is a key part of reinforcing this newfound confidence. In addition to personal efforts, therapy can play a significant role in healing. Therapy can help sons unravel the deep-seated emotional patterns created by a dominant mother's control. A counselor can assist in exploring feelings of inadequacy and provide tools to develop healthier patterns of thinking and behavior. Therapy provides a safe space to work through the underlying emotional wounds and develop strategies to break free from the cycle. For mothers who recognize that they may have been too controlling, there is hope for change as well. Healing within the family requires self-awareness and the willingness to step back and support their son's independence. Mothers must acknowledge that their role is not to maintain control, but to nurture their child's growth. Letting go of control may feel challenging, especially for mothers who have been heavily involved in their child's life decisions. However, it is a necessary step to allow their son to thrive as an independent adult. Instead of making decisions for their sons, mothers should encourage them to make choices on their own. Offering support and guidance, rather than taking control, empowers sons to take responsibility for their actions and build their confidence. Mothers can take pride in their sons' growing independence, understanding that it is a reflection of their nurturing success. It's important for mothers to trust that their sons are capable of handling life's challenges independently, and to resist the urge to control every aspect of their lives. Fathers also play a critical role in this process. They can help model positive decision-making and leadership by being involved in family dynamics and offering emotional support to their sons. Fathers should encourage their sons to make independent decisions, while also fostering open communication between the parents. By showing their sons that both parents support their autonomy, fathers can play an essential role in creating a balanced family dynamic. Cultural factors may also influence these dynamics, especially in families with deeply ingrained traditional roles. In some cultures, the mother's role as the primary decision-maker is expected to continue even as the children grow older. Challenging these cultural norms can take time, but it's crucial for breaking the cycle of dominance and submission. Open family discussions about roles and expectations can be the first step toward reshaping these dynamics. Creating a healthy family environment involves open communication. Sons need to feel heard and understood, and mothers must listen with empathy and without judgment. Fathers can play an important role by supporting the mother's efforts to allow their son to make decisions on his own. By fostering an environment of mutual respect, families can work together to create healthier relationships. While breaking free from a dominant mother's influence can be a long and challenging journey, it is one that is worth pursuing. Sons who reclaim their independence will not only transform their own lives, but they will also model healthier relationships for future generations. By recognizing the patterns, setting boundaries, and building self-confidence, sons can break free from the cycle of dependence and develop healthier, more balanced relationships. Ultimately, the journey toward independence is one of empowerment. Both mothers and sons have the capacity for growth, change, and healing. By supporting each other in this process, families can create a more balanced dynamic, where autonomy is celebrated and relationships are based on mutual respect and understanding. Through these efforts, the cycle of dominance and submission can be broken, allowing for healthier, more dynamic relationships that will positively impact future generations. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insights on family dynamics, personal growth, and healthy relationships. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Have you experienced these dynamics in your own life? Let's continue the conversation and support each other in breaking free from unhealthy family patterns.